Greetings, everyone out there in internet land. My name is Troy Benier, and this is the Miami International Science Fiction Film Festival. And today we have a real nice treat in this program. We have Monsieur Maxence Schlenck, who's from France, from Bordeaux, and we know Bordeaux. And this is a great time of the year for that Bordeaux. I guarantee there was a lot of that popping all over the place, all over the planet globally, with these wonderful planetary celebrations as one more lap around the sun. And he sends a beautiful film, beautiful science fiction, traditional, old, hardcore, hard sci-fi called Antares. Antares, which is a film where there's undertaking a mission to an uncharted planet. An astronaut finds his psyche unraveling, losing his mind, gripping by a mysterious affliction that intensifies the closer he gets to his destination, while a determined Earth-based committee who oversees this ambitious process, they're striving to ensure its success. Sadly, the astronaut grapples with the deepening challenges to his mental state, unveiling the interplay between the unknown planet and the human mind. And we're going to be tapping into Maxence's mind as to what was going on that made him make this film. So let's welcome Maxence on and interrogate him the good old-fashioned Mississippi way. Hey, buddy. Bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va?
Ça va, merci. Thanks for having me.
Duckhold, it's good to see you. Good to see you. But you're coming to us not from France today. You're coming to us from
Montreal.
Montreal. Montreal. Oh man, that's a different. Is that a different time zone? Is that Eastern time zone?
It's 10 a.m. here, so.
Okay, Eastern time zone. Okay. Well, it's good to see you. It's
me
really,
too.
really good to see you. Montreal is a far away place, and if I understand, it's pretty cold there.
Yeah. It's well, actually, today is -2 degrees Celsius. So
Yeah, -2 Celsius. Yeah, that's brick cold, man. That is brick cold. Wow. So what made you make this film? How did this happen?
well, it all started because there is a funny story about that, because the film was shot in 2018 and it's only coming out now because of some reasons we may talk about after that. But I was just graduated from my film school.
Sure.
And so it was not a school project, it was a side project.
Okay.
But at this time, I felt I really wanted to make a sci-fi film because I also have before switching career, I had a few years of science engineering.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
sci-fi is where it's all coming together. So I
Yeah.
wanted to do that, but I didn't know how, or
Mm.
because sci-fi is always ambitious because there is setups and effects and that at that moment I felt like everything was we had green light for everything.
Yeah.
uh, I had a crew that were able to work for free, well, just
Free.
yeah. Yeah, well, basically my the people I was in school with.
Sure.
So yeah, we just make that happen and we found some grants.
Great.
We had a teacher that was working with us on
Great.
finding um,
Great.
yeah, grants and make that happen.
Okay. That's so. So you actually use some funding. You used some grant funding,
uh,
and to make this. And this would be state funding, right? State funding.
yeah.
Does it come from the province, or does it come from the country as a whole? Or is there like a separate agency for
It
doing
was
this?
coming from some more regional fundings.
Okay.
We had, because we shot it in two different cities, so we could apply to some funds for
Right.
young projects,
Right.
and we made a crowdfunding also.
Okay. Oh, so this is quite a blend. This is quite a blend of financing sources. No, this is not unusual. It's just a bit more sophisticated than what we would typically hear coming out of France or out of the EU. Mixed sources of funding.
Yeah.
So that's very sophisticated. That's quite an entrepreneur. That's very, very good. Very good. I think you should really talk more about that process because obviously you're successful. You produce something, Um, and correct me if I'm wrong. Antares is only a short, not only a short, but it's a short film,
Yeah.
right? So, in an ideal world, you would want a feature out of
Mhm.
this because if it was a feature, then you'd be able to really, really monetize the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And that's one challenge that you have. But of course, we'd want to ask you, what was it like? How long did it take to get that financing, and what was it like in, what were the challenges in obtaining that?
Yeah. Well, so it took a year in preparation,
Hmm. Hmm.
and we started to apply for grants. I think it was like 6 months in advance, to different cities and different um, you know application, and it was really, the challenge was to make them understand
Hmm.
what, because when you apply for a regional fund, they
Hmm.
want to have this this project have a positive impact on the region, on the area.
Okay,
That's
that's right.
but
That's right.
we needed to link us to make them understand how a sci-fi shooting in a small town with just a few thousand people would be interesting enough.
Wait a second. Was this Bordeaux or was this one of the cities around Bordeaux?
Yeah,
How
no,
many
that
people
was
live?
a city around. So
Okay.
that was so the scenes where it's in the corporation, it's in
Right.
Angoulême, which is a bit more, um, uh, well, it's a bigger bigger city than the rural area where we shot the all the spaceship part. So it was in a gymnasium in the city I grew up, which is Bourse-Franc-le-Chaput.
Oh man, that's a long one. Say that one more time.
Bourse-Franc-le-Chaput. So like a
Wow.
three part name.
I
And yeah, it's like I don't know 3,000 people.
Okay.
So and we really put the emphasis on how we took we worked with the people in this city. For
Right.
example, the costumes, so we designed them,
Right.
but then and it was by chance next to the gymnasium when we visited. There were a group of elderly women in their 70s, and they had a sewing association.
Hmm.
So we started to chat and say, "Hey, would you be interested in doing the costumes?" So and they were excited because it's different from doing scarf or
Yeah. 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 Right. 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 And
so we
and and
made.
I, and I and I have to interject this, and folks, you must know that we're talking about West France, which is very far from Paris.
Yeah.
It's very far from the Metroplex. Okay, where when I say Metroplex, I'm talking about the area where a lot of the other European countries abut to France.
Mhm.
There's a Metroplex along there, so that's like it's not a Eurozone, but we're talking Alsace, Lorraine,
Yeah.
which there's Alsace, which is in the south. Is that right? Alsace is the south, or is
Yeah.
Alsace the north?
No, South and Alsace.
And
Yes.
Lorraine is north. Which one is north? Lorraine or
Lorraine is north. Yeah.
right? So Lorraine is where Strasbourg is near,
Yeah.
right? Right. So that's the Eurozone, like the capital of the EU. Very hugely populated area because you have all these different countries that live in these areas that share infrastructure, companies. So if you could live in France and work in Switzerland, these kind of Deutschland, all of this is all close. And Alsace, which is the triple junction, where you have Switzerland, France, and then Germany and Deutschland. They're connected, and everybody over there speaks French, German, English. Everybody that lives in that area because they all interact. So when we talk about this area near Bordeaux, it's a very rural part of the country.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
But what comes with that? You're talking about some of the best food on earth. Okay, he's not telling us everything. This needs to be an additional conversation. You, at the very least, you want to be part of this production because just craft services, the bread by itself, it's not going to taste like the bread we get over here on the corner.
So,
you know. But go on, Max. I'm super interested now. We're going to give you a few more minutes to keep going here.
no, yeah, that was all just saying how we really worked with the people. The same for
Right.
the model of the spaceship because I didn't want 3D.
That's right.
They were an association of modeling of
Right.
the same like retired people, and we worked with them.
No kidding. So you put together a project that you had mixed funding sources. You also had a pretty dynamic crew. So you had some people that knew what they were doing, and you had some people that had no idea what was going on. But you trained them to do the task, right? You trained them to do
Yeah.
these tasks, and so basically, you were this salesman
Uh,
that was that sold an idea to produce a short film that was totally beyond most folks' apprehension that they could understand.
yeah, that's even if we had a producer,
Mm,
I was really close to the producer in
right,
doing all the the application and presentation because I knew the project and I knew how to how to sell it.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 man, that's impressive. So, what was the casting process like?
So I the two main roles. which are Morbius. So for science fiction fan, it will probably ring a bell with Forbidden Planet. And actually, he kind of looked like he had the same hairstyle and
Wait,
beard.
wait, 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 wait. Attends, s'il vous plaît, monsieur. Say that again. You said you had somebody from where?
No, the character Morbius in the short film. We already have the because I made previous short films,
Sure.
and so I have people that I like to work with as an actor. So I
Mhm.
had two people that I already had in mind, doing the script, which were Morbius, who is
Mhm.
played by Jean-Pierre
Sure.
Reynaud,
Sure.
and the astronaut,
Mhm.
where which is Fabrice Pinot, who also made the music because he was a close friend. He's also a real fan of science fiction and all, and he's composer. He has like a studio with only analog synth,
C'est
so that's and he made the music. So yeah,
bon. Well, we're gonna listen. We're gonna check out the trailer. Would you like to do that?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're gonna check out the trailer here, and hold on a second here. Give me one second. Da, 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 da. Hold on a second. Where is where is should have had this page up already. Of course I'm okay. Here we go. So let's this Antares. There we go. Ready? Here we go.
J'y arrive pas. J'y arrive
Axum Compagnie. Un monde connecté, uni.
Il n'est pas capable de le supporter. N'avancez pas.
Wow.
Thank you.
Magnifique, monsieur, magnifique. That's pure sci-fi. Pure sci-fi.
It
Very good.
doesn't really tell anything because I didn't
No,
want to spoil.
you don't want to spoil it. I know. But the music is nice. It's original content, and that's always a favorite.
Yeah,
Job well done with that.
thank you.
It's
But actually, I'm really proud of the sound design and the mix and the music. And the Fabrice who made the music did a
yeah,
fantastic job. Like
yeah.
if people like the Vangelis style and everything.
Yes, yeah, Vangelis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice. Well, how has the film been received with other? Have you submitted it to other festivals?
A few. Well, actually, that's the funny story I was talking in the introduction.
Yeah.
So I shot it in 2018, and actually
That's
it
a long
was
time ago, man.
so it was finished in 2020.
Mm.
But I just made a screening in my in the city where we shot in
Sure,
local cinema.
sure.
But
Nice.
actually, it was a different version. It was 50 minutes, and because I was really you know how young aspiring
All right.
directors
Yeah.
are, maybe not naive, but they have really they're a bit stubborn sometimes, and they want their how they have in mind on screen. And it wasn't, the pace of the movie could be improved.
Mhm.
Now with the experience, I feel like it could have been improved. And also the actors, on a small budget, the actors sometimes are it's not only their fault, it's only also because I was not maybe as comfortable as I'm now to direct them. So
Yeah.
maybe sometimes the acting is off, and also some effects were not as good as it's now.
Okay.
And so I let I said, okay, I have other projects, it's time to move on.
Sure.
But then it didn't really have the life in festivals it should have. So and like last year,
Hmm.
with a friend told me, yeah, you should try to remake them, and it encouraged me, and so I re-edited it.
Wow.
So I cut everything that was um, over not over the top, but uh, just make it more efficient in the
That's impressive. That's
narration.
impressive. Yeah.
And also change a lot of the effects, all the green screen. I remake the green screens, the
No kidding.
uh,
No
you know th-
kidding.
so when in the trailer we see someone in a room saying, hey, back off, basically. And the background where we shot was just a room with a really ugly red background. But at this time, well, in 2018, it was really hard to do rotoscoping on it. And so I also used, what tools we have now that we didn't have then. So I used AI to help me rotoscoping and make some tracking. And it's funny because the movie is about also AI, so it's like the AI helping me to make the sci-fi film about AI. And so now, and now I'm really proud of it as it is now. and
Yeah.
and I decided to submit it to a few festivals,
Yeah.
and here it is. So yeah, it made a festival in France, which is the Philippe Cadic European Film Festival.
Oh, that's in France?
There is one in New York, and there is
I
a
didn't know
European
it's
version
is it in Paris?
no, in Lille, which is in the north of France.
What's it called again? Lille?
Lille, the city, yeah.
I never heard of this.
It's in like close to Dunkirk, and
Okay. Wow. Well, I knew that PKD, Philip K. Dick, I knew that the director had a European edition. I didn't realize it was there in a small city up there. Well, that's real neat, man. That's really 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 cool. How far is that from Nantes?
from where?
Nantes,
Uh,
Nante,
I think like
near the Polytech.
maybe 2 hours.
Okay, okay, not too far.
Yeah.
Train ride. Okay, that's impressive. That is impressive.
So that's the funny story about it.
Yeah. Well, I have to give you a heads up for that, man. Maxence, that's a really great accomplishment to take your film and re-edit the whole thing. The good thing is that you had extra content, and I
Yeah.
can tell you that I've had lots of thought about talking more about, if you have a short film and it's something you shot a little while back, it's worthwhile to go back and take a reapproach of it, because you're going to be a much different person than you were when you shot that production. And there are a lot, and of course, you probably discovered there are all of these new tools that make it easier for you to do the things that you've always wanted to do with the film, and that's what you did. And
Yeah.
you increased the length of the film by 30%, 40%.
Oh no, I decreased because it was 50 minutes,
Oh, you
and
said
also
50,
yeah,
50, 50.
eh, yeah, and also the problem with that was it was not a short, not a feeder, so also a lot of
Okay, I
people were
misunderstood.
not able
I
to.
misunderstood. Well, let me say this then. Let me say this then. What Revisiting what you said, how, were there lots of problems with the 50-minute, that because of course you streamlined it. You streamlined it and made it easier to watch. Right? You streamlined the film, made it easier to watch, and um, made more appeal to it.
Yeah,
So, and of course now, like you said, it wasn't a feature, it wasn't a short. Yeah, it straddles. It was straddling on program content that programmers in the past, especially in the past, and most, I would say 80-90% of festivals shy away from content like that that has that time frame.
mhm.
Misifi would not. Misifi would
Good to
not.
know.
Um, because in my general opinion, if you have a 50-minute film, that's a programmable production, and I could throw two short films in with that. Um, it's still completely, as long as it's good, of course. You're taking 20 something minutes, 15 something minutes, and if it turns into a boring 50-minute, that's a disaster. So you don't want that to happen, so it has to still be good, right?
Yeah,
um but what you've got a director's edit. you know you can sell, you sell the film. You've shot one film, but you created two films. Just remember that. Remember that.
that's true. Yeah,
Okay, so that means you can sell it twice.
yeah.
Remember
Thank you.
that. So just remember that also is a film that you can you can submit that to distribution networks like Sci-Fi World. Sci-Fi World would probably like that,
Okay.
especially if it's 50 minutes. Absolutely.
Hmm.
So that's good. Do you have anything? So what's next? As we wrap up here, what's next?
That's an interesting question. At the moment, I have also a short film. I would like to try to do.
Hmm.
It's horror.
Okay.
Still, like it could be sci-fi. It's like post-apocalyptic, but horror, not like slashers or jump scares. It's more like
Right.
psychological horror. Uh,
Oh, political horror. So something's going on in Paris, or something's going on in Toronto, right?
yeah, probably, yeah, between Montreal and Toronto. So
Are you all still trying to leave the country?
I'm trying to no to yeah to stay actually in Canada. I'm
Okay,
applying for the residency here. So
okay, okay, okay. So you're applying for residency to stay in Montreal, and then all of a sudden Quebec leaves Canada. That's kind of like the opposite of what Anyway. uh,
don't jinx it.
no, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it.
But yeah,
I
to
both cities,
I would
Montreal.
say I would say to put it in a nutshell, if
Mhm.
people this film has everything of sci-fi fans like. So it has artificial intelligence, spaceships,
Yes,
greedy corporations.
yes,
Um, yeah,
awesome. Well, that's great. All right, Maxence, we really enjoyed you, and
Thank you for your time.
we hoped. I don't remember seeing you on the list for the physical event. Were you coming to the physical festival, or are you going to just participate in the virtual festival?
I think I'm gonna participate in the virtual, unfortunately, but
Okay.
I tried as best as I could to have free time to join. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll be with you virtually.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
Thank,
and we look forward to catching up again.
thank you. Give me too.
Okay. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
All right, folks. Hope you really enjoyed that, and we're going to leave you again with the trailer. And for the virtual festival, don't forget to sign up for the waitlist tickets for that. You'll enjoy it, and that will be during the around the 20th, January 20th to February 2nd. So until then.
J'y arrive pas. J'y arrive
Axum Compagnie. Un monde connecté, uni.
Il n'est pas capable de le supporter. N'avancez pas.
Hi, can I help you? This is Mr. Saul Repnin. He's a historian, 20th century.
I just need an escape.
What planet are you looking to go to?
One that humans haven't visited yet.
There are plenty of yellow dwarf planets with Earth-like conditions.
You could drop me off?
Yeah.
Our trip's getting really romantic now.
He's strange.
You can't really escape human nature.
I'm done with human nature and people.
This is your planet. She's a beauty. Lots of oxygen, no harmful gases, no carbon dioxide.
Let's name her Saula. He wants to be the first to set foot on his planet.
Great! We're spinning around.
Touch the controls and I am leaving you. I've got no use for weapons. Here, my friend.
That one?
Stay away from this one. Welcome to Saula. First death. Several days ago. We should conduct a search. There could be survivors.
I don't understand. Where are the search parties?
Like flying machines. It's teleportation.
Don't do anything stupid.
You're afraid.
Of course I'm afraid. I'm afraid for your sake. Oh my god.
You're afraid of us.
I'm amazed. You didn't even try to understand what's going on.
There must be a village nearby. We'll find someone we can talk to.
See how well we understand each other?
We come in peace.
Saul! All we know now is that people need help.
How many people are in the shacks? Criminals. What are the criminals doing here? Talk! Criminals make the machines move. Why don't the criminals run? The smart ones don't run, because they all want to live.
We're here to help them survive. We're here now, okay?
You can't teach freedom. I came to you because I wanted to escape. I still have bullets. I'm going. Who made the machines? Since then, one smoke gives birth to the machines, another one swallows them. And thus shall be forever. You won't understand. I can't stand anything eternal. That's when the real fight begins.
I woke up one day, and everyone was gone.
They always are dying. I've seen them come to an end in my time.
Brothers! We have a problem here.
It's the day she came into our lives. Hear me. You cannot be afraid of a woman. Or can some of us be?